I will never tell you to sing with an open throat. Let's break down why. So when people say open your throat, it sounds like there's some kind of door back there that you just have to open and suddenly it's all open. That's not what's happening. Anatomically, your throat is already open to breathe and to eat. If your throat really wasn't open, then you would be dying of suffocation. What generally mean when they say this is that they don't want to feel any sensations of squeezing or tightness or soreness when they're singing. So they might ask you to relax your jaw, relax your tongue, relax your throat, your pharynx, so the sound sounds a little freer. It's not exactly what's going to create you a mix sound, and it's certainly not what's going to help you find a belt. So mixed voice is all about coordinating the muscles to have the right amount of vocal cord closure and then acoustically boosting the right sound so that we give the illusion it sounds the same from the bottom to the top. Opening the throat in of itself isn't going to achieve all of those things. And in fact, if you try too hard to open your throat, what can end up happening is that you push the larynx down too low, you darken all the vowels in a way that makes it almost impossible for you to create that nice blend, and certainly incredibly difficult for you to sound anything like a belter. And here's the twist. Majority of the time when people are belting, they are narrowing the area above their larynx, what we call the epilarynx area. So it's getting smaller to what you might say is actually closing down the throat rather than opening it up. So it's completely the opposite of what you are going for if you're trying to open everything up. Also, sometimes what you think is open is not actually open. In this book, they're trying to demonstrate that in one of these diagrams, the throat is open, and in the other one, the throat is closed. Now, without looking at the text, can you tell me which is which? Yeah, you're probably wrong, because the one at the top here, this is what they are describing as an open throat. Now, how open is that gap there? And this one down here is what they're describing as a closed throat. Well, I don't know about you, but this looks like a more open space to me. So sometimes what they're really talking about is how open the mouth is. Look, the tongue is flat. So they're talking about this as being open throat, and here the tongue is quite high, so there's less space in the mouth. So they're talking about this as being a closed throat. And this is why I won't teach it, because it's too confusing. And my job as a teacher is to try and make things simple so people can succeed at it. So if it begins to get too confusing, then it's not helpful. Bottom line is, although freedom and ease is definitely something we want to aim for, actually opening the throat is not the goal, specifically not when you're trying to learn to belt. If anything, we're actually trying to close it down.